They
Yeah.
actually are not opposites.
Yeah.
They are certainly very different from each other. But it's not like authority is at one end, and if you have a lot of authority, you have little vulnerability,
Yeah.
or the other way around.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of like competitive sports, not something I do, but something I often enjoy watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually an example of this. It's high authority
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of capacity for meaningful action. High level athletes have trained incredibly hard. If they're part of a team, they've practiced together over and over, right? They've developed a huge amount of capacity to act.
Yeah.
And if they just do that in practice, there's no risk. Like if you're
Mm.
just, I mean, even like shooting free throws or whatever, if you're just doing that all by yourself at the line, no points to be scored, no refs watching, no audience, you may be really good at, shooting free throws, but there's no risk. But you add
Mm.
competition, that
Mm.
is, you add the chance that your ball could bounce off the rim and so the opposing team could catch it and get a basket at the other end.
Uh-huh.
You add the pressure, right? So you add competition and you add meaningful risk, and suddenly you've got authority plus vulnerability, and that's why we watch. That's why
Yeah.
we watch athletes at the top of their game. We want to see them in a situation where all of their capacity is unleashed in the environment of maximum risk, you might say,
Hmm.
in the terms of the game. And same thing, I am a musician, a professional musician,
Hmm.
and same thing with live music.
Hmm.
It's one thing to record in the studio, which is very hard,
Uh-huh.
but it's a whole different thing to be out there on a stage. Watch a soloist or whatever genre of music,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to take a risk for it to be real.
Yeah.
So you have authority and vulnerability together, not
Yeah.
as opposites.
Yeah.